Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, one half of the team behind Dungeonswag.com. Oh, look at that, a Dungeon Swag sticker. So anyways, I started making something and I was like, oh, I should probably do a video on this. So this was a coffee can, and so far what you've missed really is just that I have cleaned it up, taken the labeling off for the most part, except for a little bit there, and I've sanded it some so glue will stick to it. I've heated up the glue gun, and what I want to do is I want to make a couple pieces to stick here so this doesn't bounce down when I glue it down. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think 2 should be adequate. Nope, we're going to do a 3rd one. I'm trying to use some little scrappy pieces that are not cut smooth so that I can just not waste. Alright, so I'm going to have to trim a little bit off of this to make it fit in spots. Alright, that's pretty good. So I'm going to go along the inner edge here, and I'm going kind of thick. Okay. Alright, now I'm just going to burn my hand here, pulling glue around the sides so it's flush and sticking. Okay, ow, that's under my finger now, that hurt a little bit. Alright, so once we get our glue, our lid on, what we want to do now is just kind of get our glue gun and close up any of the seams, or not seams, but any of the bubbles around that. So I've made these platforms, and according to legend, this thing is what, about 5 inches tall. So what I want to do is I want to take this, these are little woodsies that are 1/2 by 1 inch. So what I want to do is I'm going to start on this seam here. I'm going to throw a little dab of glue. I'm going to throw a woodsy. Let that sit there for a second. And then I have made these platforms. So I just want to throw these on here. Now, my guess is they're going to need to be reinforced at some point, but we will see. They might actually work out just like this, they might not. If we had to reinforce them, we could probably do something like that. Let's do that. Alright. Alright, so let's see if a miniature can fit on that, because I didn't really think about that. Yep, miniature fits. So let's come over here. Let's go to the next spot. Let's come over. Okay, so let's see. We'll just come over about right there. And place the next one so that it's over top of that one. And we'll turn these into steps. So we'll come underneath here and throw some glue to sturdy it up. Oh, that went right through there like a dummy. Then we're going to come over here so far, about 1/2 inch, so we know the bottom of that was the deal. I'm just using the natural shape of this to get my measurements. I'm not using any real true and good measuring system. I'm just trying to make these about a half an inch or so apart. And again, just like the other stuff, doesn't have to be perfect. If people are on your table measuring, they don't need to be double checking your work. Alright, this is actually going pretty smooth. Oh, if you're wondering how I got these pieces, I just got a square of the stuff. I got a bigger, I circled the can, then I got a bigger circle and centered it on that, and I cut them both out, and then I snipped the outer ring. I kept the center ring to make this top part, and I snipped the outer ring into eighths to make this. Okay, so that's how that came to pass. I should have probably... Again, I was just making this for fun, and then said, oh crap, I should have recorded this. I should be recording this. I have a lot of ideas now since I started making stuff. It's become more and more common for me to be thinking about what I'm going to do next instead of just randomly making stuff. Which I kind of don't like, but in a way it's cool because it's new. I'm very unorganized. That was kind of short, that piece. Well, they're all different sizes. Alright, so anyways, I get the impression these woodies or woodsies or whatever are not exactly ½ by 1 inch like they were advertised. That's alright, because you know what? We are still making a cool building with steps around it, right? No matter how they were advertised, this is going to look alright. Okay. Whoop. Making a big old mess over here. That one's a little crooked. I gotta straighten that out real quick. Alright. And then our last one, in theory, will sit flush with the top of the building. At least that was my plan going into this. Alright, grab one last woodsy here. Put it right there at the top. Put a dab of glue on it. Fit your step. Okay, so that's that. We have some steps here. They're actually fairly sturdy. So we're going to come under here, try to get as many spider webs as we can off. A lot of spider webs. I don't know if anybody's ever done this. I used to have a toothbrush that I used to use to remove these. and then it would get so full and I'd kind of clean it out a little bit, but I don't know what I did with that. Maybe when I moved I lost it. I've moved a couple times since I started crafting. You gotta figure I'm in my 40s and I've been crafting. Started when I was a teenager, when we first started playing D&D, and then you know, moved on from there. So we can do some decoration stuff with this building. We don't have to be done right here, but this would be a good building to use the walkways we made last episode to go between one and the next, and this would be your way up. So we can do some decor on here. We'll start in the middle of that step and work our way up. Throw this on here. And then I guess, in theory, we could do that on each step. We could put a strip of that thing. We'll see how that looks. It might look bad. We might have to pull that off. We'll see in a minute here. I need some more thin stuff. Cut some out of here. A square is like, I mean, I've used squares for things besides crafting, or D&D miniature crafting and stuff, role-playing crafting. But if you don't own a square, I would invest in one. I have big squares, obviously. This is not one of my ones I actually use for anything I've ever done, and I you know, but this square is perfect for what we need it for. Where's that big one? I have a big one down here somewhere. Alright. So we're going to come here, start in the center, straight line to the top. Same process, sorry. Snippety dip. Center. Rinse and repeat. Snippety dip. And boop. Snippety dip. Last one on this part. Alright, now we could go under all the shelves, but I don't think it's really going to be necessary. Are we going to do anything else? Maybe we should throw a door on here, I'm thinking. So let's cut something out. A little bit big yet for a door. Okay. We're just throwing this together real quickly and neatly. Remember, perfection is not my intent, though occasionally it might be a side effect. No, it will never be a side effect. But it's funny. Super funny. I've been watching this show called The Grimm. I'm not sure what channel it's from. I'm watching it on Amazon. It's pretty good. It's about this cop who randomly finds out he's got this genetic condition that lets him see monsters. And at first he's not super thrilled about it, and as time goes on he learns to adapt. And after he learns to adapt, he kind of embraces it, and it becomes this thing that he latches onto. And I just, I think the reason that the show is so likable is because even though we can't wake up one day with a genetic bloodline that lets us see monsters, we can all identify with learning to adapt, learning to become more than we thought we were, whether it's being a parent or changing careers or falling in love with someone that you never thought you could, or maybe someone that you never thought could fall in love with you falling in love with you. But we've all been in amazing situations, and if you haven't yet, I promise you it's coming. But we've all been in these situations where we have to adapt and sometimes embrace them. And that's one of the amazing things about being in the United States. I've been all over the world in the military and stuff, and I've never seen a country with the freedom that we have. Not even close. And if you ever wanted to embrace or try something new, this would be the place for it. Beautiful, beautiful country, full of amazing natural wonders, man-made wonders, and more. So we're going to do that door somewhere around there. So let's twist this a little bit, curve it a little bit, I mean. Get our glue gun. Boop. Put our door on. Alright, so there we are. It's not perfect. I think we can do a little bit with these steps maybe to dress them up. If you guys would be interested in bearing with me, let's do that. So let's take the same concept and let that strengthen our stairs as well. Okay. Center it the best we can. Call that a win. Snip. Snip. Can you guys... I should have used a different color of cardboard because you guys can't really see what I'm doing here. I'll hold it up in a second. Oh, that was a terrible one. Oh, well. Again, we are not aiming for perfection. Now, when I prime this one, because it's got so many layers in and out, my intent is going to be to actually prime it pretty well. So it's going to be not the usual 10 minutes and then I'm back. I'm gonna spray it good and try to make this easier for us to work on. I don't do a lot of massively difficult ones like this, so if this turns out bad, we'll blame other people. Like, I don't know who. We'll be like, oh yeah, that was so-and-so's fault, man. Oh yeah, I did it right. That dude messed it up, bruh. Alright. Pretty good, I guess. Some wispies. So here's what I did. I put these... oh, there's some gross right there. Let's clean that up with the glue gun. Alright. So, we have a little door there. We're not using it for anything. We have our steps. Those pieces, yeah, they're fine. So we could do something with the top here if we wanted to decorate that up a little bit. Let's look at what our options are. If I have another coffee can, that's an easy fix. Alright, let's see if this is the same size. Oh, it is. Okay. This is like a thicker cardboard. This comes from a applesauce box. And I was going to use this for another project, but it might just work for what we want. Alright, we're almost done, I promise. We're getting there. We're in the ballpark of done. Alright. What I'm doing, you will soon see. Is making a little rim all right. The drawer where my waste is where some of my tools and extra hot glue sticks are. So sometimes when I'm not doing anything, or it seems like I'm just moving around a little bit, I'm actually trying to get in there and get something without running away. Alright, so those would have fit in there otherwise. So we're going to take these. I'm going to trim a little bit around the edge here. You can eyeball this. I'm just going to take off, about a 16th, not even, about a 16th of an inch. Somewhere between a 32nd and a 16th of an inch. I don't know, I didn't measure it. So it might be way more than that or way less. Nobody knows. Let's see if these will fit inside here. Oh my gosh, look at that. They will fit inside there. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if that one still fits in there. Yep. Oh man, look at that. Simplicity. Made that little, it reminds me a little bit of a Pokemon ball, but it's not. Alright, so thanks for watching. This has been Doom. I'm going to prime this and come back with a part 2 after a while. Thank you so much.